guys. It was a little chilly outside. I wanted to start a fire, play some guitar. But you know, this is a good time. The sun's starting to come out, and I want to welcome you guys here. I just want to get right into it because last episode was real low energy. So let's just jump right in. Does that sound good to you?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's getting too hot for this now too. So here we go. First voicemail.
Hi, my name is
Cool Kid 9.
I was wondering if you're gonna start a band. Thank you.
That sounds like a underage viewer, so I'll bleep out the name. For any YouTube police, I know who that caller is, and it's someone I'm related to. So this isn't something weird, kind of, you know. So he says, "Am I gonna start a band?" Which is appropriate for that. I swear I didn't listen to these beforehand. I started a band when I was in high school with some friends, but it was really just an excuse for us to go to a friend's house and play video games instead of music. I played drums for a while. You like that? It's still good, yeah. I would love to play with people. I was just thinking the other day about how people who are musicians, they're like, oh, I love doing this, so I want to do this as a career. I want to be in a band and make music as a job. It's kind of weird, like thinking, hey, I'm playing with my friends on the playground. How do I make money off of this? You know what I mean? You could do something without making money off of it, and I think the added stress of having it be your only income, it can ruin it for people. So I would like to start a band and just do it for fun. Hey, if me and Ellie started a band, what would it be called? You know, you could email or voicemail on what you think our band name would be. All right, that was a good one. Thank you, Cool Kid 9. And let's go to the second voicemail here. We got a lot of stuff, so we gotta speed it up.
The reason you have received this phone call from our department is to inform you that there's illegal enforcement actions filed on your social security number for fraudulent activities. So, when you get this message, kindly call back at the... Thank you.
You hear what that was?
I couldn't hear it.
That was a spam call. I didn't think I would be getting any of those so early because I just set up this number. But that was a number saying that my social security card was engaged in fraudulent activity. And just some advice, so if you guys get a call from an unknown number saying that your social security is out there or you owe someone money, wait for the letter in the mail. Or if it's from like your bank, it's saying your bank, call your bank and double check. Don't call the number they give you first. You know what I mean?
That's good advice.
Thank you. Because I know people that's happened to. And it's easy for that to happen.
Yo, Bottenbig, It's your boy Louis Voltaire here, man. Hope you're doing well. Glad to see that you're back. I know you said to submit some music, so I figured maybe you'd want to listen to a new song of mine. You'll be hearing it before release, depending on when you do the next video. I'm going to send you a link in an email. If you want to pull it up, do a little listen on your Fireside chats, and let me know your thoughts, man. Anyway, we back.
Hey. That was Louis Voltaire, rapper extraordinaire. You know what I mean? Internet influencer. I'm excited to listen to that. Let's listen to one more voicemail before we dive into that.
Hey, Bottenbig, just wanted to get on your YouTube channel. Look forward to more videos. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a fan who just wanted to be on a YouTube video. He's looking forward to more videos. And that's great. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. That's great. You know, send in some positive energy. That's what I like. I think if you're going to send out energy, you can't help but sending, you know, energy and vibrations out in the world, whatever you do. They might as well be positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's listen. Let's check the emails, and I'm excited to listen to that song.
Sending me pics of someone that she just keeps coming to. The longer I wait, the less I got to lose. I broke up with her once, but she said she was done. Said she loved me forever, and I was the one.
So Louis Voltaire here sent me the song, and through email. Here's the song. Releases November 15th, but feel free to play on your vid before release. Sad boy song. The song's called Can't Cope by Louis Voltaire. And I gotta say, this is our very first Bottenbig exclusive. This is like the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, or the Doors on Ed Sullivan, or like the Who on Ed Sullivan, you know what I mean?
Elvis on Ed Sullivan.
Elvis on Ed Sullivan, you know what I mean? That's what this is like. You know, my heart goes out to you, Louis. It sounds like you're going through, or you've been through, some hard stuff, you know. Everyone goes through their own trials and tribulations at different points in their life. You know, you can't avoid it. But the one thing you can do is turn that negative thing into a positive thing. And the more negative that thing is, the harder it's going to be to turn into a positive thing, obviously. But once you do it, and once you go through all the hard work and you actually make it, and it is now like a net positive in your life, like, you, first of all, you have to make it positive enough to get rid of the negative part, and then it has to go past the neutral part, which I think you succeeded in this now. This sounds very good. I like that you didn't get too specific in your lyrics, because a lot of people do that. They're like a love song, like we've talked about this before, like, oh, we went down to the Denny's on March 13th. It was late at night and you just brushed your teeth, you know? And it's like, maybe there's one person who went to a Denny's on March 13th with someone who brushed their teeth, and that person will love it. But you know, if you want to make something more broad appeal, you got to be a little vague. But there are pros and cons to both, because let's say you did go to Denny's on March 13th and someone just brushed their teeth. That would be your song forever. That would be your favorite song. You've turned a negative thing into a positive thing. And I think to do that, you kind of have to get out of that negative part in your life to be able to even start doing that, something like that. So if you aren't out of there, you're at least pulling yourself out, and that's very good. So this is the thing, you know, you desaturate, maybe add a little more grit to the video, and you kind of just...
I guess this is who I am now. My whole life been burnt to shambles. I'm ashamed to say I can't cope. This pressure drowning me, I can't go. I can't go anywhere when I'm alone.
When it comes out, I will link to it. Louis Voltaire, Can't Cope, coming out November 15th. It's Bottenbig exclusive. That clip you just heard, Bottenbig exclusive. You can't hear that anywhere else until November 15th. If it's past November 15th when you're watching this, go click the video, you dummy. This is an email from Casey. Hi, Bottenbig and Ellis. So you're included in this. Starbucks recently released their Winter Cup design for 2021. Big deal. Bottenbig, can you comment on the design? How do you feel about all that red? Is this year's design what you expected? How do you think drinking coffee out of these cups will be? Good experience? Bad? What would you have liked to see reflected in this year's designs? Lastly, how should we as a society feel about the absence of religion in today's corporations? Could this be the downfall of morality? Would incorporation of diverse religious motifs and historical symbols into capitalism be such a bad thing? Would it hone our I'm bad at reading. Would it hone our empathetic skills as a people and make us more aware of our differences? In other words, if Starbucks included a menorah every now and then in their winter cups, would we indeed create world peace? That's pretty interesting. So that's the question for me. The question for Ellis, what's your favorite Starbucks drink and pastry?
That's a hard one.
Is that harder than whether or not we should incorporate religious motifs into capitalism? And
No. I guess, okay, all year round, I really like the chai latte. That's my go-to.
Iced chai, right?
Iced chai. And I really like the cheese Danish. But for like the holidays, I really like the gingerbread loaf and the peppermint mocha.
Oh, that sounds good. That's all good stuff. And you like the lemon loaf, don't you?
I used to. I kind of overdid it.
Don't overdo the lemon loaf. Very, very simple. Well, first of all, let's get our hands on the Starbucks design. Is this much different from last year's? I know there was a big controversy with the Starbucks cup when they took off like Christmas things, right? This is just Starbucks. They're playing it really safe, which I think we're kind of on a like a cycle of, you know, morality in culture in general. I think eventually things just get too strict with religion, and it's like everyone's like chained in and all snug up, and then you break out of it, and then it slowly starts to get like more and more like free, and there's good things to it, and it's not as restrictive and not as much guilt and all that stuff. But then you kind of need some more guilt at a certain point just to kind of rein yourself in. Things could get to, I think everyone can agree that things are able to get too depraved. I will say one thing: the Starbucks cups are have the Christmas motif of green, red, and white colors. Where do those colors come from? That's the question I have. Is that not a religious kind of motif for Christmas? Or is that a advertising Coca-Cola kind of thing, like Santa Claus wearing red and stuff like that? If we're kind of on the end of that cycle where we need more or less, it kind of feels like we're right in the middle. Whether or not religion comes back into the culture, I'm not really sure if the Starbucks is the barometer for that. I think more of the barometer is people's reactions onto what the cups say. There was such a reaction for them to get rid of it, and then people kind of half and half. I think that tells us what part of the cycle we're on, that we're kind of just in the middle. Don't look out for Starbucks cups, look out for the reaction of the cups. But it's on my radar for next year for sure what the cups are going to be.
I like it. I like when they switch up the design for the holidays because it gets me excited for the holidays.
Yeah, I've only recently gotten into coffee, so I'm not there yet. What am I talking about? Okay, that was good. That was a good long discussion because I could talk about that stuff for hours. Okay, we have another one here. Long-time viewer, first-time email here. Just wondering if you could tell your friends about your recent road trip. You could do it with a Huell Hauser accent, that would be a bonus. That's amazing. I can't really do it. Also, whatever happened to Jack Black? Ew. Are you still in pursuit of meeting up with him and perhaps doing a fireside chat with him? Thanks, really enjoy your show, and the fire pit is amazing. This fire pit is beautiful. So let's start with the Jack Black thing. There is a TikTok video. I'm glad you brought this up. There is a TikTok account. They did doing this dance every day until Jack Black does a duet. I think they only did it for like 3 days and then Jack Black duetted it.
Yeah.
So I think YouTube was just not the way to do that.
I'm getting ripped tonight. R.I.P. that long ass fucking time ago in a town called Kickapoo. They lived a humble family, religious through and through.
I'm a little disappointed. We got plenty of room. I got a guitar if he wants to play some guitar. I'll hang out with Jack Black. The invitation's still out there. But I think I've done all I can do. Kinda, I guess, just sending my voice out into the void. I made that one video edit that got pretty popular, the drugs. My recent road trip was great. I did feel like Huell Hauser a little bit. What we did is that we drove up to my family lives in the Sacramento area. We drove up there, and just if anyone's ever done just taking I-5 from LA to Sacramento, it sucks. It's just like, it's the most boring drive. It's like a straight line all the way there. So I was like, well, why don't we go down the coast, Highway 1, see some sights. So we went through San Francisco, went down through Santa Cruz, then went down through Big Sur. It was beautiful. Never seen that. Went through all the windy roads. That was a lot of fun. Then we went all the way down. We saw some sea lions, some elephant seals. But yeah, it was a very fun trip. And we're just now getting over the post-vacation fatigue. You know, in your head, you get so excited about going on a trip, and then you're on the trip, you're trying to live in the moment as much as you can, and the trip's over, and you don't have that trip to look forward to anymore. You gotta unpack, you gotta go grocery shopping because all your groceries went bad. Here's a prompt. So first of all, talk about your post-vacation blues. What are some ways you could prepare for that to kind of counteract that? Like cleaning your room, making your bed, stuff like that, so you come home to something nice. And number 2, send me what you're thankful for this year for Thanksgiving. Because, like we were saying with the Voltaire song, there are people out there who are going through hard times, maybe some fearful times. Maybe you're not sure what's going to happen for your future. I think, I've heard somewhere, I'm not sure where the quote is, but I think that the opposite of fear and anxiety is gratuity. You know, and being grateful for something is like the most positive thing you can do, because you're not looking for something else. You're already appreciating what you already have. Because when you think about what you have is what you're going to have. That's it. There's not really much more you can get to make yourself more grateful. The thing about being grateful is all in your head. You can be grateful for just being alive, you know. So tell me what you're thankful for, what you're grateful for coming for Thanksgiving. Send in Thanksgiving thoughts, Thanksgiving questions. You know, I know some viewers are like vegetarians or vegans. And maybe send in some ideas for people who, you know, anti-turkey. Send in stuff. I want to hear it. I know our viewers want to hear it too. So this video is already going to be too long. I got to conclude. Thank you very much for watching. We're back. The gardeners are coming, so it's time to leave. Thank you guys very much, and I'll see you next time.
Lately, I don't know who I am. There's a lot going on. I'm doing all that I can to remember who I had been and what I'm here for. I forget, try again, then I'm back on the floor. This medicine isn't working. I'm drowning and moving in circles. I feel like I'm just a burden. I'm worthless, feel like I ain't got no purpose. My relationship's done, well I sit at home, she goes out and has fun. Just flirting with every bum, and everyone is sending me pics of someone that she just keeps coming to. The longer I wait, the less I got to lose.